One of the unique and extraordinary forms of traditionalist discourse originated from the renowned figure Joseph Marie Comte de Maistre, a writer, philosopher, legislator, and diplomat hailing from Savoy. Initially associated with modern and liberal reforms, de Maistre's perspective underwent a drastic transformation in 1789. The establishment of the National Assembly, leading to the abolishment of separatist states with church affiliations, rural communities, and ordinary citizens, along with the enactment of the August Decrees that formally revoked feudal privileges and privileges of the high society and church, ignited his opposition. According to de Maistre, the entire nature is intertwined with evil and certain punishment, just as humans must take life from others to survive. Thus, nature contains inherent impossibility created by God. Furthermore, warfare becomes a cleansing process that brings purification. Violence, in a particular sense, holds the potential for societal betterment. He further inscribed, "The world, ever sinking into the abyss of blood, is a vast altar, where all life must be incessantly offered up, forever and ever, until the end of all things, until the drying up of iniquity, until the death of death itself." Therefore, humanity can only be governed and rendered tolerable by aligning one's soul with God and one's body with the state. This is how the state exerts its power and control. For de Maistre, these facets are crucial for the sustainability of political order. Nonetheless, power originates from God, and human alterations to God's plans, such as a revolution, only lead to detrimental outcomes, exemplified by the Terror, during which Robespierre, one of the leading figures of the French Revolution, established the Committee of Public Safety, resulting in the infamous mass killings known as the Terror, where thousands of people considered anti-revolutionary perished. De Maistre clarified this in one of his effective descriptions in his work, The Executioner, where he stated, "Call him foolish, parricide, redeemer. He took it, lengthened it, tied it to the cross, and raised his arms. Then followed a silence full of terror, no sound but the fall of bones under the cross and the moans of the victim." In the subsequent passage, de Maistre continued, "It is over. His heart throbs, but it is for joy. He congratulates himself. He says to his heart, 'Not a single hand could have better cut the rope of man than mine.'" Here, de Maistre's point goes beyond the macabre nature of the executioner's bestial task. It delves into the idea that the executioner is a mere human being, devoid of meaning, intention, or conscious malice. He elucidated this in the following paragraphs, where the executioner rests and socializes before sleeping, and the next day, he thinks about matters other than what he did the day before. The executioner is not a criminal, but the perspective towards him is incongruous because it is a simple human connection. Such connection is not present in the executioner. Nevertheless, the full power and courage lie within the executioner's hands. He symbolizes society's fear and unity, and removing this incomprehensible force from the world and order would result in dire chaos. Hence, his point transcends violence or viewing humans as inherently evil creatures who should remain in their roles. His point reaches deeper than these notions. Understandably, the executioner does not fully comprehend why he performs his task or for whom he does it, because he is merely an instrument. This is the Maistre's point, that the ordained order of the world by an incomprehensible God cannot be learned. Human capacity for analysis is limited and lacks significant foundations that provide meaning. Power, fear, and tradition are present to provide meaning, that the order of humanity cannot exist without them. Therefore, the Maistre's idea constitutes a philosophy counter to enlightenment, carrying an undertone of vengeance. The Maistre is among the intellectuals who provided potent criticism of the rationality of the 18th century. Nonetheless, the Maistre still believes in the importance of laws and peace, yet he acknowledges that their traditional structure, where people are surrounded and follow authority, represents the will of God, and prominent figures in society hold crucial roles. In the absence of this structure, unfettered cruelty shall emerge. This is the cost of cooperation with nature, due to the shallowness and fallibility of humanity, as seen in the terror.